Hello folks, today is Friday, October 29th, 2021. As usual, my name is Jake Baldito, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. And it's a jam-packed week. It's also Halloween this weekend. So like every year, we're committing to the bit. And the theme this year is stuff we have lying around the office. So let's just jump in. We got a lot of news.
The theme is I forgot it's Halloween.
I forgot it's Halloween, yeah. First up, Assassin's Creed is back in the news for a variety of reasons. The biggest and most notable one is we're finally hearing more about Assassin's Creed Infinity, the long-rumored suggested next Assassin's Creed game. Ubisoft has said that they are working on it, and Ubisoft head Yves Guillemot did say during a business-type call this week that this Assassin's Creed Infinity, whatever it may be, this kind of new type of games-as-a-service type Assassin's Creed game, at the very least, it's not going to be free to play. He confirmed that, so that's good, I guess. This is also interesting, piggybacking off of the news that they also confirmed that Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the second largest profit-generating game in Ubisoft's history, which is pretty wild. Especially, it seems like everybody's really hot on that one, and for me, a longtime Assassin's Creed fan, I wasn't super into it, but it seems like Ubisoft is committing to it and they're going to continue to support it for a while, I guess with the hopes of that keeping us busy until this Assassin's Creed Infinity, whatever the hell that's going to be. On Wednesday, of course, we talked about it last week with the announcement. This week, we got a state of play from Sony and PlayStation, and this brief 20-minute showcase, to be honest, could have been just an email. That being said, we did get some little things here and there, like a new Bug Snacks update, if you were into that game. It's Bug Snacks, the Isle of Big Snacks. We also got a new look at Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Deathverse, Let It Die. It's kind of like a new spin on the thing that Let It Die tried to do. At least that's what I got from this. For a lot of people, very exciting, a new Star Ocean game. It's been a minute. Star Ocean, The Divine Force is slated for next year on PlayStation platforms, and we got a nice new good look at Little Devil Inside. Unfortunately, still no release date. What's the deal with that?
I honestly thought we were going to get a release date, and I'm pretty upset that we didn't.
What the deal? It looks awesome. They detailed a little bit more about it, more of a glimpse of the story. They showed a lot, and to be honest, after this, I don't want to see anymore. I just want to play the game. So, give it to me. Again, take your time. Don't rush it, but yeah. Also, continuing the PlayStation news, it seems like, according to these reports that we'll link in the description, PlayStation PC is now officially an established thing. It's really weird to say that out loud, PlayStation PC, but essentially, all right, that's not staying. I guess I'm Dishonored 2 Corvo now. This new PlayStation PC is, I guess, like their official thing. It's really happening with them moving towards putting more of their games on PC. Last week, we talked about God of War 2018 coming to PC pretty soon. It's got a Steam page and everything, so this is really exciting to see, especially if you're just a fan of games being everywhere and people being able to play games everywhere. Switching gears over to Microsoft, earlier this week, at the very beginning of the week, you may have forgotten this, but we did get a nice deep dive look at the Halo Infinite campaign from Microsoft. What we got seems like everybody's pretty positive on this and much more satisfied with this look at the campaign compared to what we got last year, which a lot of people thought looked pretty rough. Remember Craig? Well, Craig makes technically kind of another appearance here. Everything just overall looks better. So for me, the way I looked at this, it doesn't seem like they completely went back and overhauled the game. They just spent a little more time on it. It might look a little better, and also they just demonstrated the game better and explained why we need another Halo game better. This just looks like a fun campaign. They detailed a little bit of how the semi-open world stuff works, and it just looks like a ton of fun. As a single-player campaign person, I'm looking forward to jumping into this. So the question is really now, we've gotten looks at like technical tests. A lot of people have been able to get their hands on like early versions of the multiplayer. We've now seen the campaign fully detailed. How are you feeling on Halo Infinite? It's coming out in December. There's a lot riding on this for, as like the big Xbox game, and Halo is, of course, a big franchise. So are you hot or are you cold? Let us know in the comments. We're trying to gauge interest for, what kind of videos we're going to make. Remember the first Halo and being like, oh, I got to buy an Xbox. This is so cool.
Yeah, I remember going to your house and playing
like,
it.
Dude.
I bought an Xbox within like a week.
I also like PlayStation.
It's okay to like multiple things.
You can like everything.
It's fine.
It just makes you poor. Hey, next up, this episode's brought to you by Panasonic's SoundSlayer speaker series. They sent us their latest and greatest to check out here at our little HQ. First, we checked out the soundbar. It's super easy to set up and it supports Dolby Atmos and DTS-X. But along with that, we also tested out their wearable gaming speaker, which, to be honest, at first I was like, huh? But as soon as we quickly set it up and fired up a game, the application is actually really cool. It's a comfy 4-channel surround speaker that you can hook up with any platform you game on and get access to front and center immersive sound that helps you feel in the game and unobstructed. It's way comfier than headphones, and it even has a mic built in. Both the soundbar and the wearable speaker are equipped with a bunch of different sound modes, including 3 exclusive gaming focus modes. You can embrace RPG mode for immersion and intensity, voice mode if you are playing story and adventure games to make sure you can clearly hear that dialogue, or first-person mode to take advantage of accurate audio location and the subtlety of details like footsteps and stuff to get the leg up on your opponents. It's pretty cool. So if you're feeling nasty and you want to step up your sound game with the SoundSlayer soundbar and wearable gaming speaker systems, they are linked down in the description below. So go click that. But thanks to Panasonic for sponsoring our video. In other news, and some kind of like movie news, they're making a Quiet Place video game. We don't know too much about it yet, but we do know it is coming next year, and it's being developed by Saber Interactive, a development studio that's been around for a while. Most recently, they made World War Z, but they've been making games since like the early 2000s. It's going to be a story-driven, single-player adventure game that is going to be a new story in this universe, and I'm actually pretty interested to see how this goes down. It's Saber Interactive working with some other smaller developers, but that whole Quiet Place universe and whole thing, concept or whatever they set up in those movies is really cool, and I think it could work well with video games, so I hope they pull it off. Oh, also, it wouldn't be a week without some video game delays. The first delay is Shadow Warrior 3. We thought we were going to see this this year, but it is now pushed to early 2022. Along with that, Ubisoft has confirmed that they're pushing some of their titles, specifically Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, and that Division spin-off game, Heartland. Specifically with Prince of Persia, they put out a statement, the developers, on social media, kind of like, like a screenshotted text thing that's usually reserved for apologies. But this statement did not apologize. It just said, hey, we are still working on the game. Very much look forward to that. So yeah, it's probably going to be a while. That game looked pretty rough. So take your time and good luck. Prince of Persia is something that requires a delicate touch. It's just a perfect game. Also, in a surprise news drop, Amy Hennig, the developer we've talked about many times in the show, but big legendary developer behind stuff like the original Uncharted's, she has announced with Skydance Media that they are working on a new Marvel game. It's a AAA action-adventure game. That's all we know. We don't know like who or what character or what Marvel property it is based on, but Marvel has been kind of amping up in the gaming space lately, so this doesn't come as a big surprise, but it is really cool. But we're really just gonna have to wait and see.
In other news, kind of like bummer news if you ask me, Vicarious Visions, according to a report, is rolling into Activision Blizzard and losing their name. Now, we've already known that they're merging more internally with Blizzard in 2001, but according to this report, they're dropping the Vicarious Visions name and rolling in with Blizzard supporting all of their projects. And that's a bummer. On the bright side, it's nice that people are still working at Vicarious Visions and they still have jobs, yes, but the Vicarious Vision name has been around in gaming for a while, and most recently they made the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake, which is one of my favorite games. Vicarious Visions has been working on games since the early 2000s. I mean, they made the Crash Bandicoot Game Boy Advance games, they've helped with various ports throughout the years, touching things like Doom, a bunch of Spyro stuff, Star Wars stuff. So really, shout out to Vicarious Visions for all the gaming history and memories.
You alright?
It's too much shit on me.
Next up, we got a bunch of things linked in the description down below, specifically launch trailers for games. A lot of things releasing this week. The first is Mario Party Superstars, which, side note, it's also worth pointing out in Nintendo news, the Nintendo Switch Online games have been rolling out, the Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games. According to reports, we haven't tested it out yet ourselves, but the emulation is a big bummer, a big doo-doo, not good. The controls are apparently mapped really weird. The quality of the ports, the visuals themselves are not very good. We're going to link some YouTuber friends in the description because they do a better job explaining it, but it is an unfortunate bummer. If you hate Nintendo, you're probably not surprised, but for the money that they're asking, I was hoping for a little bit. Some people... Casual people might not notice, but the hardcore people do, and for a reason. We want a better product, so yeah. Also, games releasing this week, Riders Republic, which I actually found surprisingly pretty cool. Also, Guardians of the Galaxy has been surprising a lot of people, and Age of Empires 4. So all of those things are going to be linked in the description down below. We did before you buys for all of them. You're probably seeing like a supercut here of all of them. It's just a lot of games. Don't let anyone tell you that there's no video games right now. Also, in case you missed it, it was kind of whack, but Facebook had a big old presentation about their metaverse and how they're changing things, and I don't even know. It's really confusing, but if you like tech, it might be kind of interesting to you. But what came from this real Silicon Valley type news is the fact that Rockstar is working on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for Oculus Quest 2. Yes, there is a Grand Theft Auto VR game officially by Rockstar in the works, and I'm actually pretty excited about this. As much as I'm not a big fan of Facebook, jumping into Los Santos like the old school way with all the good music and all the vibes and stuff, and probably this new kind of trilogy remaster version in VR has a lot of potential. Rockstar, of course, has experimented a little in the past with VR. They did LA Noire VR, which was actually kind of cool. This was just something unexpected and weird and kind of fun, so wanted to share it and kind of wrap up the show with that. But I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, I'm so sweaty. So Let's wrap this up. A lot of stuff going on this week. First of all, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Will you play that in VR? Are you interested in that? Also, like what I asked before, what do you think of Halo Infinite now that we've seen the campaign? Is that something that you're jumping into day one, or are you just going to stick with the free-to-play multiplayer stuff? There was also a lot of PlayStation news. So, specifically with PlayStation PC becoming an official thing, what PlayStation game would you like to see come to PC next? The answer is Bloodborne. But of course, let us know what you think of the news, and we'll have a pinned comment as usual, so let us know what you're playing this week. We definitely want to hear from you. But, let us know anything. We'll be down in the comments. Things get a little crazy, though, so if you want to yell at me directly, you can always find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jake Baldino and youtube.com/Jake Baldino. But thank you guys for being here. Clicking the like button does legitimately help this show out. We're here every Friday. I'm on the Before You Buys. I hope you guys have a happy and safe Halloween. If you're an adult, crack a beer. If you're a kid, have some candy. Look out for the razor blades. Do people still do that? Did people ever do that? Was razor blades really ever in candy?
I think so.
That's just shit my mom made up. Shout out to my mom. Thank you guys for being here. See you next time. Pizza's on me.